Jamie, thanks very much. Always interesting to get JP Morosi's take on these big moves here at the winter meetings. JP, Ian Desmond to the Colorado Rockies. What do you think that particular move will somehow affect the Blue Jays?
Well, Hazel, first of all these insiders under this roof this week, and none of us before today had the Rockies and Ian Desmond, but you did because you wore your purple. So you clearly knew it was happening. Desmond to the Rockies was going to be the big story of this day. But the tricky thing here is now Desmond could play the outfield, but it looks like for now he's going to be their first baseman. However, I will say this. Once you have Desmond, it perhaps opens up the possibility of now Colorado trading an outfielder. So perhaps Charlie Blackmon's out there, and if he is, I think Blackmon a very good fit there for the Jays potentially, but it might cost them Stroman if that deal were to happen.
Colorado Rockies, the big players today. Yesterday, it was the Red Sox in their big trade with the White Sox. Interesting to note that Chicago feels like they got a lot from that deal. What's next for the White Sox?
More trades, Hazel.
Okay.
I was told today by a high-ranking White Sox official they are not done. Jose Quintana's name is out there. We're hearing teams like the Nationals and the Astros there potentially with Quintana. Todd Frazier's out there, maybe the Dodgers for him. David Robertson fits into this bullpen matrix somehow there in the ninth inning. Adam Eaton as well. I've talked about him with the Jays before earlier this offseason. I think he's a very good fit for Toronto and many other clubs, including St. Louis. So once the White Sox made the decision, Hazel, to trade Chris Sale, that is just the first step of what Rick Hahn called yesterday a very long and probably painful process on the South Side.
This whole where is Edwin and Jose going is a long and painful process for Blue Jays fans. The market is shrinking. I don't think anybody can debate that. What is up for these two camps? What do you see happening now?
You know, Hazel, it's a great question because especially now with Desmond going to a team in Colorado that we didn't really think was going to be signing Desmond, now there's only a couple teams out there that really truly need a pure first baseman, Texas and Cleveland. I still feel like Texas is a very good fit for Encarnacion. One possibility, though, that I'll mention, too, with Edwin, how about St. Louis? They've got Matt Carpenter who can play some second base. If they trade Colton Wong, maybe that's one spot for Edwin to go, St. Louis, for a one-year deal, or maybe a longer deal that has the one-year opt-out. I think for Edwin is more likely. Jose, though, his market, I think right now is harder to decipher. I still look at Boston seems like they've closed off those options by signing Moreland, the moves they've made. So, again, Jose's situation is a tough one right now, although I will add this. The San Francisco Giants, I think, are a very good fit there potentially for Jose Bautista.
I want to throw this quickly at you. Edwin Encarnacion, I'm hearing he'd be lucky to even get 3 years at $60 million. Is that really the case? Do you think he'd be stretching it for a 3-year deal right now?
Hazel, it's a great question. What I tell you is this. I do think 3 years and $60 million, if he signs that right now, I think it's probably a safe outcome for him and actually a good outcome under the circumstances. Okay. I know it sounds shocking.
Yeah.
But here's what I'll tell you. He turned down that 4 years, $80 million offer from the Jays at the outset of free agency. I don't think that was necessarily a mistake. I do think that in the week that passed between that decision and the Jays signing Morales, I think that maybe there should have been a better understanding of where the market was going and where the Astros truly were and where the Yankees truly were, because once those teams went off the board with the likes of Holiday and Beltran, there were no options there left for Edwin Encarnacion. So again, maybe initially I understand why that first offer was turned down, because he wanted to see what was out there. But once that happened, I think there was maybe in a very important week that was missed there by his camp.
You mentioned the Yankees. Everybody talking about a possibility that Chapman could be going to the Yankees. Are you shocked, surprised at the market for closers out there? Like, I'm reading $80, $90 million. It's crazy.
Hazel, Chapman might get, before all is said and done, about $1 million per mile per hour on his fastball. Hey, 103. Let's go up to 103, 104 on a good day for Aroldis Chapman. But again, as you point out, I think that the right teams, Hazel, are interested. Whether it's the Dodgers or the Yankees, the Cubs sounds like more the trade market for them, the Nationals, all of these teams, the right teams are in there. As much as the wrong teams are in there for the first baseman, it's the right teams for the closers that really need that closer. We saw Melanson get that big contract, kind of setting the market, now even going beyond what we saw B.J. Ryan get a decade ago there from the Jays, and now it's a totally different paradigm. They're becoming free agents now, Hazel, at a time when the industry right now values closers more than ever before.
We value our JP Morosi. He's the right man for this job to help sort all this thing out.